Hello and welcome to this special event, TechXpedite by Games24x7 here on NDTV. Well, this is about an event that's aiming to mold, shape financially, technologically, and culturally the new age startup revolution in India. We'll go across the country on events like this across several cities, but for the moment, starting this off in Bengaluru.
Bengaluru, the Silicon City of India, was chosen to launch TechXpedite. TechXpedite by Games24x7 is a unique startup accelerator program launched with the aim of further growing the Indian startup ecosystem by handpicking startups that are dynamically affecting the landscape of AI, gaming, and inclusive tech. A mission endorsed by Shri Priyank Kharge, Honorable Minister for ITBT, Karnataka.
Ellergu namaskara. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This launch marks an important milestone in fostering innovation and technology advancement, and I'm thrilled to see Games24x7's unwavering commitment to India's startup ecosystem. With a focus on gaming, artificial intelligence, and inclusive tech, areas that are both exciting and essential to our future, this program couldn't have come at a better time. To all the startups, innovators, disruptors, and industry leaders here today, this is your moment, and I encourage you to make the most of this incredible opportunity. The work you do here will shape the future of not just your businesses, but the nation's tech landscape as well.
Lying ahead of us is an evening packed with invaluable insights, the opportunity to network with industry experts, and the chance to absorb their experiences. Let's start with a quick fireside chat between Mr. Bhavin Pandya, co-founder and co-CEO of Games24x7, and Mr. T.M. Veeraraghav, executive editor, NDTV.
Thanks so much, Bhavin, for organizing the event. And I want to first ask you to, share with us the background for the idea. What's the whole purpose of something of this nature, which you're going to take across the country?
Thank you, first of all, for all of you being here and for giving us this opportunity. Let me sort of rewind a few years back, right, and just start with what our vision was when we started Games24x7. It was always to connect people through evergreen games that they've always loved playing, right? That was the vision. That's what we wanted to do, right? In the process, as we started building Games24x7, we realized that, hey, what we really are is a technology platform. Gaming is incidental. We're just in the gaming space, but what we're really building is technology solutions. These solutions can be used in e-commerce, can be used for mobility, can be used for anything. Technology being the front and center of everything that we're doing is what really give rise to our thinking that, hey, yes, we're operating in the gaming space, but we're really building technology solutions, and therefore, why can't we use everything that we have learned to give back to the community?
From TechXpedite, what is it, if I could ask you to tell me 3 things that you think startups should learn or take from here, what would those 3 things be?
All of this really comes bundled in a package when we talk about TechXpedite, right? So one, providing the capital, obviously, but providing the mentorship. We mentioned, how do you liaise with the government, right? And most importantly, I feel just helping them develop their own culture as to how they as a startup and how they as a young and upcoming company want to define their goals, but also their culture of how they want to go about achieving those goals. And I'd really like to sort of at this point maybe instead of speaking about it, maybe take a couple of minutes for us to share the video that we have on TechXpedite.
In a world looking to celebrate unicorns, become the next value provider to the society. If you are an early-stage startup with Indian roots that is pushing the boundaries on building next-level gaming experiences, the next AI program, or creating inclusive technology, this 60-day Startup Accelerator program is for you. Technology Trailblazers Games24x7 present TechXpedite, driving innovation, supporting next-gen startups.
There are multiple stakeholders in this process, from venture capitalists to the government, to the tech experts, to the entrepreneurs. We got all of them together on stage to discuss the multitude of issues and try and chart the road ahead.
Being a startup doesn't just mean building a great idea. It also means expertly navigating the current market landscape that throws up its own set of unique challenges. But help is just a simple TechXpedite away. Time for an engaging knowledge-sharing panel discussion on AI and tech, enabling entrepreneurial India's leap into a digital future.
Anything else? I just want to start this panel with you, Rajat. Games24x7 has had a long journey. You co-opted AI at a very early stage. What's the role, if you were to define as the man driving this in terms of technology?
From the beginning, the way Games24x7 has built is on the foundation of scientific thinking and saying that how do we use data to drive all our decisions from the start itself. One place where I say that has helped us set apart and has contributed a lot to our success from an AI perspective is hyper-personalization. Like when users are interacting on our system, like I say that any action that user takes or even does not take on your platform user is telling something about himself or herself. Oh, I clicked a button. Okay, why he clicked a button? I transitioned to a separate second screen. Why it happened? Oh, I did not click a call out. Why did it happen? So understanding that user behavior, Bhavin talked about user centricity. That was the core differentiator. And then how do you understand that was all driven by AI models there.
Interesting that you point that out. In that sense, then taking off from there, what's the biggest challenge that AI probably brings into the ecosystem? I mean, if you are going to go into a world where that's going to be the crucial decision-making aspect, then what would be the crucial challenge?
So the challenge for AI will be, like Rajat pointed out, number one, data. AI is data hungry. And in order for AI to be successful, unbiased, and able to continue to evolve meeting consumer requirements, there is one aspect of data privacy, and all that goes around that. In gaming, what happens is, and in other applications as well, AI has to disappear. AI has to solve a problem, but it shouldn't be what is being presented to the consumer. So as an example, what we do is we take a video coming in, any video that you see in some of the top global players' consumption of video on phones goes through us at Mylan Foundry on the last stage, and we use AI to add pixels and enhance the experience to the maximum level that display can provide. So what is happening is, the challenge also is that AI shouldn't be what is being sold. The excitement to the customer in his delight is what is to be sold.
What would be the key factors that you would look at, saying, look, I need these 3-4 factors to be in place no matter what you say in terms of technology?
Yeah, see, I look at AI as a challenge and an opportunity in India, right? The opportunity is huge because there's a lot of India-centric problems which AI can help solve, right? For example, health, right? Those are areas, health, education, these kind of stuff, right? But the challenge we have still is the data. Like he mentioned, data is the key. It is a key ingredient for AI to work at the end of the day, right? I find at the end of the day, if India has to be a player in the AI, they have to figure out how we are going to create this data within our systems, right? So, which I think is a huge challenge, which I think we have to solve.
I think it's a fascinating point that you make there, and I think we should take this conversation into regulation as well. What would you believe are the crucial challenges as we go ahead? I mean, from your point of view, the key aspects that one needs to be aware of and watch out for very carefully.
So I think getting the right level of skills, making sure they have the right certifications, and making that applicable to a variety of verticals, whether it is finance or HR or pretty much every part of the organization, is the first one. I think the second, as you touched upon, is one of cost. So today, a lot of the cost aspects goes to the compute side of things. So it's crucial that we bring down that cost of compute down dramatically. So for example, at AWS, we are investing significantly in making custom chipsets for both training and inference so that that cost of training is down by as much as 50% and cost of inference is down by as much as 40%. We are a large country with unique problems, and we have the opportunity to find those solutions and then export them abroad. And I think that's the third, which I'd say.
And let me take that third to you, Darshan, from inside the government. And is this conversation and is this surrounding very, very different from the kind of conversations you'd have back in the secretariat?
To answer your questions, I would really say it's all the same, the kind of discussions that we have, because the end goal of all the stakeholders is the same, but government looks at it in a different way. We don't look at any kind of profit related or other things, or human resource and other. For us, AI, any technology that benefits the society as a whole, we want to facilitate it. So I would just say, from a bureaucratic point of view or a government's point of view, it's always like, we would like to act as a facilitator rather than trying to push the industry or the stakeholders to there. So that is where we try to attend these kind of conversations. We listen to the stakeholder conversation. So IT and biotechnology, we are not just the capital of that. We are also the AVGC capital now. Now people want to come here and look into animation, visual effects, gaming and other things. I'm sure at present, you cannot name even one blockbuster Hollywood or Bollywood or any movie where a Bangalorean would not have participated in the making of that film, especially related to animation and gaming.
As a sighted student, just when she lost her eyesight, within a week, her life just came crashing down. She tried getting back to education and colleges were not accepting her. They were like, we don't have the tools to address your needs as a student.
I think it's wonderful in many ways. One is it brings together an ecosystem of support. So today we saw the VCs were there. There are companies looking at what is happening. There are opportunities which a startup might not be aware of in the gaming industry. Or we today discussed healthcare, we discussed education. So startups will know what it is that they should be aiming to solve. I think that is very critical for a startup to be able to produce revenues, and that's the only final true metric.
At Inflexor, we are a venture capital fund who look at technology, IP, innovation startups. Basically, what we like is a strong technology moat and a strong founder team with a large market is generally what we look for. And we have invested in companies like Atomberg, Bellatrix, which is a space tech company, CloudSec, which is a cybersecurity company, Entropic, which is an AI company, before all the AI sort of craze started. So these were some companies that we have invested over the past 10 years.
One of TechXpedite's goals is to add, contribute and give back to the India story. It's about nurturing the ecosystem of startups in our country by becoming a very smart catalyst causing positive reactions and change.
I think the panelists, the speakers over here have given us some very valuable insights in terms of what is needed to create a thriving startup ecosystem in India, and also shedding light on the fact that the startups have the potential to really take the India story and transforming it, and also positioning India as a global leader in innovation. But I think to do this needs a very sustained capacity building overall, and it also needs the entire ecosystem to come together and nurture the startups. And I think for them to realize their potential, responsibility with the established startups, for example, like Games24x7, is to nurture these startups and also help them think through their growth journey. And I think venture capital anyways provides a lot of value, not just funding, but I think the entire innovation journey, which is driven by the involvement of a startup or venture capital, goes much beyond just capital. And with this vision in mind, we are very excited and proud to launch the second edition of our accelerator program, TechXpedite. It is a continuation of a very successful journey that we started last year. So TechXpedite is going to serve as a catalyst for bringing very smart entrepreneurs and startups to come and benefit from this platform. And this platform is going to do three things. First thing, it's going to give a toolkit of resources. It's going to get the, some of the world's best technology companies to give resources to the participating cohort of startups. The second thing which we want to bring together is a world-class set of experts that you can lean on for mentorship. And last but not the least, is the fact that everybody who's going to be mentoring or providing resources is also going to bring their network to bear and help in the overall startup journey.
As entrepreneurs, learning never stops, and with collaborative networking proving its benefits over and over again, TechXpedite has become a platform where existing entrepreneurs like assistive technology experts, Tresor Labs, and masters of full-stack AI platforms, Dave AI, can share their experiences of crossing hurdles and inspire with the stories of triumph.
When you talk of startups, whether in India or globally, you always talk about the big, hairy, audacious goals. If you look at TechXpedite as a platform, that's beyond the mentorship and the advocacy, the funding piece. So today, from the broader theme, we have two entrepreneurs building in Bangalore, catering to these two verticals. So welcome for this fireside chat. So if you want to kind of talk about a couple of examples where as Dave AI, as a startup, you could make a real difference to a large corporate going through such a structured program?
So one of our largest success stories is with Maruti Suzuki, and well before the idea of generative AI and chatbots, etc. But then we did a POC with them to showcase that our bots and our avatar-based conversation did a huge impact on their lead qualification. So we were able to do an A/B testing with them, around 10,000 odd different customers or like leads, and we were able to show a very good improvement. And as a result of this, our startup became a very integral part of this of Maruti Suzuki's action plan.
Thanks for that, Anand. I'll come to you, Akshit. I mean, we keep talking about digital India, but digital India is also inclusive India. So if you can share your personal journey behind starting or founding Tresor Labs, and what really inspired you to focus on assistive tech or inclusive tech, and how do you envision transforming education and employment for people with disabilities through the innovations that are coming through Tresor Labs?
For starting our journey in 2017, I had met this young girl. Her name is Dipali. She cleared her first semester exam in BA as a sighted student just when she lost her eyesight within a week because of some disease. And that just, her life just came crashing down. She tried getting back to education, and colleges were not accepting her. They were like, we don't have the tools to address your needs as a student. What should be done? So she spent 2 years trying to learn Braille, finally got back into a distance learning course where she would get printed books and had to run around NGOs trying to get them audio recorded. And that took like 4 to 6 weeks just for one 300-page book. And that was, I mean, in a world of AI and technology where, we just scroll something and we get the content, she had to wait for 4 to 6 weeks for one book. And that's how we got started on this journey of how can content be made accessible. We developed our innovative technology, KIBO, K-I-B-O, which is an acronym for Knowledge in a Box. It's like a magical talking table lamp. You keep any book under it or a handwritten note in any language, and you can listen to it in the language you want. So you can keep an English book, hear it in Marathi, Kannada, Tamil, or even Spanish and French. So that's how we thought, how can we bridge that gap, which Braille books, which are available only till 10th standard, or audio books, which are, so time consuming and volunteer dependent, cannot solve. So the way technology was built in our case and how it's shaping up today in the, in the AI space where we do intelligent document processing, and we are automating some of the key business processes for larger companies. That's, that's almost like making this whole journey worth it, and also making, the reason why we started more acknowledging. I was so happy to see inclusive tech as a category, a focus area in this space, because this was not the case 7 years ago when we started. Kudos to the Games24x7 team to put this up together. It's a revolutionary thing.
It's been an incredible experience today at TechXpedite. It's their second edition, bigger, better, and stronger than ever. I think it's an incredible ecosystem for budding startups to come and apply into this accelerator program. You're going to get a lot out of this. You have Games24x7, which is powering this. They have a huge amount of experience in developing and deploying technology at scale. There's a lot you can learn from them, not just purely on the technology side of things, but the broader ecosystem that they work with in terms of how to navigate your product, how to build your product, how to price it. And you'll get a whole lot of lessons that will come in a very, very compressed format, which money can't buy. I'd hugely encourage you to apply to this program. Thank you.
And all you budding entrepreneurs who are looking for the right support to be able to take your idea or your business to the next level and are looking for the right mentorship, right visibility, right platform to take your idea to the next level, I would recommend you to apply today.
I think one of the key takeaways from such an event was how different organizations, whether it's gaming combining with AI or exploring other applications, is so very vital to kind of open and new avenues and new opportunities. What this opportunity can present for you and the new doors that it can unlock, I think it would be a very valuable ecosystem to kind of be part of, and I highly encourage that.
Well, the journey of TechXpedite has just begun in Bengaluru. It will travel across India to crucial centers. And if you're a startup, it's an event you shouldn't miss. Thanks for watching.
For more information on TechXpedite and to apply, scan the QR code or visit www.games247.com/TechXpedite.